Hi everyone, welcome to Chapter 5, Lesson 2, Estimating Sums and Differences. For your objective, students will be able to round decimals and students will be able to estimate sums and differences by rounding. All right, let's get to it. So yesterday we looked at how to round numbers that had decimal values, and today we're going to take that rounding and apply it to estimation. So let's say that we have an example of 5.6 or 5 6/10 plus 3.2 or 3 2/10. And we only need an estimate for this one. So we want to estimate that sum. What you need to do is ask yourself, what are these numbers close to? That is a good number to use for an estimate. Sometimes the directions will tell you to round these to a specific place value. All right. Other times, an estimate can just be whatever you want to make of it. So let's say that for this question, we want to round to the nearest ones, okay, or round to the nearest whole number. So that means I have to take a look at 5.6 or 5 6/10. And I want to ask myself, is this number closer to the whole number 5 or one more than that, the whole number 6? And you could use a number line to help you with that. You could use rounding rules. So I could circle my 5, look next door to the boss. 5 and above, give it a shove. So that 5 actually gets rounded up to the whole number 6. And let's do the same thing for 3 2/10. I want to round it to the nearest ones place. So I circle my 3. I look next door to the 2. That's the boss. 4 and below, let it go. So the 2 is not strong enough to increase the 3. So 3 is going to stay at 3. So our estimate would be 6 plus 3, and it equals 9. So our estimate for 5.6 plus 3.2 is 9. And I'll tell you that the actual amount, so the actual sum, is 8.8. And 8.8 is really close to our estimate 9, so we know our answer is reasonable. Let's try another one. So we're going to continue to round to the nearest ones because that's really a very common way to round when you have decimals. Let's say we have $15.30 minus $8.92. Okay, I made this money so that you can think of how you would do this in the real world. Okay, if you go to the store and you have $15.30 in your pocket and something is going to cost you $8.92 and you want to know what you'll have left, but you only need an estimate, you don't need the exact amount, that's when you could use this method. So $15.30, I want to round it to the nearest ones place. I'm going to show you the actual rounding technique that we've been using. So I'm going to circle my ones place, and then I'm going to look to the right at the boss. 3 is our boss. 4 and below, let it go. So this 3 is not going to change the 5. So I keep this as a 15. And remember, the boss and everyone after him goes away. So $15.30, when it rounded to the nearest ones place, is 15. It's closer to $15 than it is to 16. Now let's look at our second number, $8.92. The ones place is the 8. Look next door to the boss, the 9. Well, 5 and above, give it a shove. So because 9 is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, 9 will tell 8 to get bigger. We increase the 8 by 1. So 8 becomes 9. And then the boss and everyone else with him goes away. So $8.92 is closer to $9 than it is to $8. So now we can subtract. $15 minus $9 is $6. So if we wanted to know an estimate for $15.30 minus $8.92, we know it's about $6. Okay, let's do one more. I'm going to change the rounding rule now to the tens place. It's tens, not tenths. So now we are rounding to the tens place. For example, we might have something such as 21.97 plus 58.1. And we just want an estimate. We're rounding to the tens place, not the ones place. The tens place is 2 in front of your decimal point, or the second digit on the left of your decimal point. This is the ones, this is the tens. So I'm circling my tens place. I'm looking to the neighbor on the right. 1 is the boss, and 1 is definitely not strong enough to move the 2. 4 and below, let it go. So the 2 is going to stay. Now, usually I say that the boss goes away, and that's only true in decimal section. So the boss actually is going to turn into a 0 here because we can't ignore the fact that this was in the ones place. And then the decimal values can go away. Since we're rounding to the tens, our answer needs to be a multiple of 10. That means it has to have a 0 in the tens place. In the ones place, I'm sorry. All right, now let's look at 58. So the 5 is in the tens place. Look to the neighbor on the right. 5 and above, give it a shove. So 8 is strong enough to move that 5 up to the next digit. So the 5 turns into a 6. 8 goes to a 0. Remember, it has to be a multiple of 10. There has to be a 0 in the ones place when we round to the nearest 10. In other words, 21.97 is closer to 20 than it is to 30. 58.1 is closer to 60 than it would be to 50. And then for our estimate, 20 plus 60 is 80. So our estimate for this problem is 80. All right. Rounding can be very tricky. It takes a lot of practice. You might have to watch the video a few times. You might have to look up some other videos if mine doesn't make enough sense to you. Hope you found this a little bit helpful, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching.